the topic in itself, a topic where we are going to talk about 3 secrets of webinar script strategy, tactical strategies. If you want to find anything when it comes to tactical strategy of email automation, blah blah blah, you can just search for tactical strategies in this channel and you'll be able to find tactical strategies. 1. Second, we are going to talk about 3 secrets of your webinar. So what are the 3 content pieces that we are going to place in your webinar? So I have been doing research and I kind of made a small little triangle where the secret of 1, 2, 3 is what I'm going to set, what I'm going to keep it for myself. So I'm kind of made that into a structure, and we are going to talk about, okay, when we talk about topics, what are the topics that we need to be sharing in the webinar? Because a webinar is a sales. You're going to sell something, so people need to learn a lot of things, know a lot of things, and what are you going to teach them is the main concern. So we are going to talk about that over here. Thank you so much for joining in this one video. We are going to dive down into 3 things, comparatively a shorter video, but then yet more impactful. Cool. Start taking notes because it's going to be an important one. First and foremost, there are going to be 3 secrets that we speak about. Now, why do we say secrets? You can search for secrets in this channel. You will find the video that we spoke about earlier. Like, what is the difference between why do marketers use the word secrets? Cool. It's already covered for you. You just search for it. You will find that. Now, secret number 1, 2, and 3. So it's going to be topic 1, topic 2, topic 3. So it has to be congruent with each other. You cannot be talking about one thing and another thing altogether. So it has to go in alignment, but there is a structure that we need to be following so that what are we saying, why are we saying, it goes and impacts the persons who are the people who are listening. Because then when they resonate with what you're saying is when they're going to convert, when they're going to get inside your community. So secret number 1, we are going to talk about the foundation of anything. It's going to be a very simple video. Cool. The foundation of a video. So say take an example. You're building a building. Cool. Now you're building a building. So what happens when you're building a building? The first and foremost thing that is put is foundations. Then we put pillars, and then we put a structure to it. So first, whenever we are talking and dealing with cold audiences, and it's when it is like, I'm going to teach you something and you just have to respond to what I'm saying, in that mode of communication or conversation, not conversation, rather communication when it comes to webinar. So in that mode of communication, you typically go with a foundation. Okay, I am teaching you how to become confident in calligraphy. Great. So what is the foundation of confidence in calligraphy? Like, what do I have to be knowing? So typically, mindset comes into picture, but you need to be having hook. Okay, if you do this today, what's going to be a what is a figurative result that you're going to get? Cool. Foundation. And foundations are typically 3 things. Why do we do something? The reason we are doing it, the importance of this specific thing. So for example, I want to lose weight and I have no time to lose weight. So you are a coach who wants entrepreneurs to take working out physical health very seriously. And because you have been seeing the entrepreneurs are just working 24/7, they're not bothered about their body. By the time they build a great business, they're already gone case when it comes to physical health. Like, they've got like 1,000 different problems with them. So you're very concerned. So when you are sharing this concern with the entrepreneurs, okay, so what are the foundation things that I should be doing as an entrepreneur? Cool. So that is like why raising importance. Secret 1 typically covers the foundation of something, and always link, because we are dealing the secret 1 more on the lines of mindset part of it. People don't like mindset topics, but then link this mindset with a figurative result. For example, okay, if I whatever I'm doing when it comes to mindset part of it, how can that impact my business positively? Of course, how can that increase the revenue that I'm making? How can that increase my income if I'm working for someone, if I'm an employer? How can I increase my grades if I'm studying? So think, how can I lose weight? How can I gain muscle? Think about, okay, the figurative results that I'm going to get. Always link a foundation with this figurative result. Cool. Secret number 2 is going to be the pillars of what you're doing. Okay, foundation. Above foundation, there are pillars of what you're doing. Think about, okay, when we are teaching people calligraphy, or when you're teaching people entrepreneurs why is it important for losing weight? Okay, great. Okay, now I know the importance of it. Okay, what are the pillars of knowing it? Because pillars are going to hold a strong foundation. If a specific pillar is broken, for example, the momentum or the accountability part of it, or not working out daily, it's like working out daily. So there are certain rules you set. Okay, this has to be done no matter what happens. If you fail at this one, the pillar is fallen. So you set the pillars. Like secret number 2 typically talks about pillars. What are you going to talk about? For me, it's okay. Now that we know the core sacred system is super very important for people, when it comes to entrepreneurship. Look, that foundation is kept, baseline is that's sorted. Then it's like, okay, what direction you need to be heading. Okay, this is the business model that you need to work on. This is how you can figure out the business model. This is what your business journey looks like. All the what part of it, the vehicle, the superpower comes over here. So when you're teaching people calligraphy, okay, I'm going to teach you, say, a specific method of calligraphy, or you can talk about, there are a lot of methods of doing it, but then the pillars of calligraphy in any font, any language, any method is going to be the same. So what are that essence you can bring? If without the pillars, it's just gone case. That way. Secret number 2, we covered that over here. And once we cover the foundation and the pillars, what do the people need next? They need a game plan. So secret number 3 talks about the structure. Foundation, pillar, structure. Now when you're building the building, you put the foundation, then you put the pillars, and then you construct the way you want to be. The way you want the building to look like, create like tall, short, broad, fat, whatever that is. You put a structure to it. So when you're talking to people, the secret number 3 is the game plan. If you're teaching people, say, how can you grow through reels, for example, or how can you grow through shorts, for example, how can you get great at marketing, how do you close sales, how do you get a job interview, how do you make like XYZ amount of money through your business, how do you start a business, how do you learn calligraphy? The game plan is what is required over here. The structure part of it, the journey part of it, everything when it comes under the banner of how should I do it, because that is the reason that I came to your webinar. You taught me the foundation, great, you taught me the pillars, great, but then I need to know what should I be doing now. When you cover the structure part of it, and then from here, secret 3 are closed. All 3 secrets are closed. When we link this all the way to sales pitch, because the next topic you're going to touch is the sales pitch in the webinar. The game plan, you share them, this is what needs to be done. Okay, I give you the game plan. If you don't get inside the community and you have the game plan, you will succeed. Cool. But I have got these courses for you. I have got this structure for you. I have got this community for you, which is going to make that process even more faster and smoother for you. Do you want me to talk about the courses that I've got? So that in itself, the secret topic in itself, the content piece in itself becomes like a sales pitch, the sales bridge, not the sales pitch, sales bridge to the sales pitch. So that's why it's like the how part comes towards the end of it. So work on it. Put on the foundation, pillars, and the structure. Think of your business, your webinars as the building that you're creating for yourself, for the community, and the people are going to stay there. How do you want them to make an impact? How do you want to make an impact on them? Cool. Now that brings us to the conclusion of this one video. The next video that I'm going to record is going to be 2 deep secrets to touch your potential productivity strategies. So I am going to see you there. Thank you so much. My peace and blessings be upon you and your loved ones. This video is being recorded on 14th of August 2022, 10:26 p.m. by the way. Thanks so much. See you there.